welcome back to Grandpa's Time. Hey grandkids, today I wanted to talk about boxing, and specifically today the only thing I want to talk about is wrapping your hands. It's really important that you protect your hands whenever you hit a bag or hit a person for that matter, but when you're hitting heavy bags and stuff you really want to protect your hands, and it starts with hand wraps. So we're gonna use these Mexican style hand wraps. They got a little stretch to them, the kind I like to use, and I'm going to show you how to wrap your hands today. Okay, I've unwrapped the hand wrap, and this side down, so we'll do that side down. Got a thumb loop, and the reason that side down is so that the Velcro ends up being on the correct side when you get finished. You got a thumb loop, and I just take it and wrap my wrist once. Then I come around the thumb. Then I'll go across the hands, across the knuckles there like that. I might do that once or twice. I'll come back down around the wrist. Then I'll separate. I'll come from the wrist in between the pinky and the ring finger. Wrap. Go between the ring finger and the middle finger. Wrap. Go between the index finger and the middle finger. You see I've separated the knuckles with each wrap. Okay, come back up. Take a couple turns across the knuckles. I'll just do two, and then I'll just come back down to the wrist. Take another turn and secure it. I've got good padding here. I've got all my knuckles separated and my wrist is secure. And I'm not saying this is the best way or the only way to do it. This is how I do it, and I've never had a hand injury when I was practicing, whether I was sparring or using a heavy bag or speed bag, double end bag, whatever. I've never had an injury wrapping my hands this way. Now if you're actually in an actual fight, you know, you get in a ring and you're having an actual amateur bout or whatever, you wouldn't use hand wraps. You use tape and gauze. We might do that sometime, but today we're just doing hand wraps. So I'm gonna go through this one more time, but facing you, so that you can actually see the way you would wrap your own hand. Okay, I hope this is a better angle. I'm going to do my hand like you would see it. So. Okay, this side down. Put the thumb loop on my thumb. Wrap my wrist. Make sure it's snug, but you don't want it so tight that it's cutting off your circulation, but you do want it snug. I come up here. After the wrist, I come around. Across my hand, go around the thumb snugly, then I'll give it a turn around my hand. I'll go back down to my wrist, and then I'll start to come up. Now you can do it this way, or you can do it this way, but the goal of this is just to separate the fingers. So go between the pinky and I keep my hand open like that. So pinky and ring finger, give it a wrap, and go between the ring finger and the middle finger. Ring finger and middle finger. And I give it another wrap. And I go between the index finger and the middle finger. Give it another wrap. Then I come back up. From the wrist, I come back up. Put some padding on those knuckles. That's what the fingers look like. Padding. Then I go from here back down around the wrist a couple times. Secure the Velcro. It shouldn't be loose. You know, you'll feel it. If it's obviously loose, you'll be able to tell. But this is pretty good. And I've got padding here. I've got the knuckles separated. Thumbs wrapped. The wrist is secured. And it's not so tight that I'm losing circulation in my fingers, but it's good and snug. And doing it this way, I've never had an injury to my fingers or my hands or my wrists. And I've been doing this quite a long time. And that's whether I was hitting a heavy bag or whether I was sparring with someone or whatever. I've never had an injury to my hand this way. So protect your hands. That's the start. You have to protect yourself at all times, and that includes your hands. You don't want to break a knuckle or hurt your wrist. You know, it's easy to hurt your hands. Your hands are delicate. Thanks for watching. Hand wrapping. That's all there is to it. One more thing I forgot to mention. After you're done working out, hitting the bags or whatever, these are going to be sweaty, okay? If you wrap them back up, they're gonna start to stink. So what I would always do, I would always take them and hang them over a chair or something, let them dry, then wrap them up the next day. You don't want these things to get gross. And you do wash them once in a while, but I don't wash them all that often. These are the Mexican style hand wraps. They got a little stretch to them. They're the ones I prefer. The longer the better. The longer your wraps are, the more padding you're going to be able to protect your hands with. Hope you get something out of this, and thanks for watching.